playing sports. spectacular ocean views not far away from the home of the Florida Atlantic Owls, FAU Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida, where they hope this game lives up to the setting. A top 25 showdown coming up, two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Florida Atlantic about to put toe to leather and get this thing started. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down here for the offense. The give to the tailback. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Goes to the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Flips it out to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Makes him talk to the hand. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that first down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes. Like, run your route past the sticks so we get the first down. But nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the fourth down.
Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. The offense lining up for a first down play. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands, what? SEC, SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
That's a live ball. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
You know, these running backs have to keep 5 points of pressure on the ball, especially against this defense that prides themselves on creating takeaways, and the offense, real lucky they jumped on that one.
On first down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. Pocket starts to collapse.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
This offense has a second down play. Out of the gun to give to the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
They'll throw on third and short. Unloads to the right. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on fourth down in their own territory. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. He wants to take the top off. And it's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down. They can be in position. but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB, securing the football and forcing the turnover.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They go to the ground. And the Wolverines will keep this drive going.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
He'll toss it. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. And that ball is picked off. Looking for more room. He's at the 20. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you can tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Touch pass on the run. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Cal just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory, and that's really the standard there in Berkeley. They'll enjoy this one all week. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there.
Snatches it on the run. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Running back searching for a hole. Got room at the 35. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle, nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Going up top on first down. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. And I'll tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. Forced out of the pocket. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
On second down, he'll let it fly. It's complete. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
From the gun on third down. Moving out of the pocket. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Here comes the field goal unit. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Going for the big play. Snags it on the right. Afterburners coming. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the points come in a lightning strike, a 70-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Trying play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it, though.
The Wolverines send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Offense will try to put together a drive. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Quarterback will audible. Leaves it with the back. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run game coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And
a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. Fair catch called for and made. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself.
It's complete. A huge pickup. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. And the Wolverines in the hurry-up. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. They've got the screen set up. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Let's see what they've got on second down. Here we go. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on third down.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And after the miss, it still takes 3 possessions to catch them. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Quarterback checking off. He wants to throw here on second down. Firing to the right, complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On second down, he'll fire. Trying to escape and get it himself. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Looking down the middle. He's got an open man. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that will extend their lead even further. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He wants to throw. Steps away to find some room. He's going to take off. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Good enough for a first down.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. looking to move it through the air. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Wolverines will boot it away to start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They believe they can run right here. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
That didn't bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Quickly complete. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
And how about the big play by this running back? Nice job running with the football, good balance, seeing where he needed to go with the football, finishing the run. He gets knocked out of bounds, but how about this offense set up now on 1st and goal?
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. The give from the gun. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
On the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal for the offense. He'll do it himself. Touchdown Owls! And the punishment has been extended. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
31, Michigan 3.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. got his man quickly. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. And the Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. Might as well give it to him again. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
And the timing just a hair off. They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. On 4th down, looking to pass. Got it past the marker. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Let's go!
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. This time he's got his man. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air on 1st down. Setting up the screen. Oh, it's picked. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And Dave, you know, it's funny, I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field. What do you think?
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands, guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
The kickoff unit about to go to work.
Set to kick this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down to start the drive after the break. He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out.
Time to take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You've got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field. Down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. On fourth down, trying to find his man. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter.
Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
They'll give it to the back.
Running back with the carry. Brought down at the 13-yard line. Brings up second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback checking the play. They'll try the outside to the left. Not much running room. He's got one down to the 12.
This is a hard defense to run to the outside against because of their speed. You saw in that last play their ability to go sideline to sideline, win at the point of attack as they shut down that sweep play.
Yeah, and it's also hard when you get in the red because what do on defense? We bring in all the big bodies, so there's not a lot of space in there to run. I like getting the ball on the perimeter. You toss it out there, you run it back. He gets out there faster. He had a positive game. Still a couple plays here left, too. And this is why offenses are so hard to stop. When you have such great playmakers at the quarterback spot, third down, if people are covered, what can he do? Take off, scramble, and now set this offense up with a first and goal.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
Loses 2. It's now second and goal.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Now on the move. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You've really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Third and goal, where you separate the wheat from the chaff.
42 Spider. 4-2.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his second of the day. This one from 23. Just drives it between the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to throw for it. He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry up.
Black 24.
Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this is taking over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds.
Second down coming up.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. He's going to run it. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, and he's able to get the ball back, but he does lose yardage on the play. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.